Hi folks, hope you're all doing well. This week on Motovloggers Unplugged we have Martyn, better known as Fen Tour. Let's go and meet him. Cheers. Martyn, great to have you here. How you doing?
Very good, thank you, Graham. Very good. Just back from a tour around the top of the UK. Well,
Nice.
mostly the top of England anyway. A little
North
bit
of
of
England,
Scotland.
south of Scotland, yes.
Yeah, that's been good.
Shall we just get straight into it?
Let's go.
Get it over with? What inspired you to start motovlogging?
I really just wanted to record things to myself.
Yep.
I just got a R1200 GS and was going to do a tour around the top of Scotland.
Yep.
And I thought, I'll video it. And I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that started me off on YouTube properly. I originally did some car stuff, um, but I deleted most of that
Right.
and decided that bikes were the thing to focus on.
Yeah, and it's cooler. Do you remember your first motovlog? What was it like looking back now?
Um, yeah, it was. I'm very happy with it, except the cameras didn't have the stabilization. So you watch those videos back, and it's a bit jolting. Whereas the
Yeah, it's
modern
kind of,
cameras,
yeah.
it's lovely, smooth video. You can enjoy the scenery.
Yeah,
So if I'd had the camera now, then that would have been great. But obviously they weren't available.
yeah, yep, yep.
But,
How has your content evolved since you started, do you feel?
um, probably not that much. I I'm pretty bad, I think, in terms of I do stuff for myself
Yep,
as much as wanting to get views. Um, so my tour trips are the ones I do for myself,
yeah,
and they don't get that many views. So you might only get a fraction of the views that, say, a review of something gets. But they're the ones I'll sit, sadly, in 2 years' time and watch back. Ah, that was a great day, and
well, this is it, yeah, I do that myself, yeah.
for
It's
me.
something to, when you can no longer ride bikes, it's always something to look back at.
Oh yeah,
You
I mean it's going to be great when I'm decrepit and can't ride them anymore. I can sit in the bed,
Yeah, yeah,
incompetent, yeah. Anyway,
incontinent,
incontinent.
yeah,
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 watching myself on the video. Um, but I also I quite like doing the reviews. They do get some good hits,
yeah,
good views. They do bring in the audience. Um, And the reason I enjoy it is because I've got various dealers um, who want me to go and do a review of a bike,
all
borrow it
right,
for half
good,
a day. So, and they will also lend my friend David a bike sometimes as well. So there's both of us out on two bikes
yeah,
and then do almost a dual review. We have a great day out riding some bikes we've never ridden before
yeah,
and go for a cafe and just make a video at the same time. And we just enjoy ourselves. So, okay, I've got to spend a few hours editing at the end.
yeah,
But again, it reminds me of the day, having a nice ride,
yeah,
testing something out. And sometimes I end up buying one. So they probably hope I might buy one. But also, quite a few bikes have been sold on the backs of my videos. People have gone into the dealers. We saw Martyn's video. Maybe I can have a test drive.
oh,
So
well,
people have bought have been several Harley Davidsons purchased, BMWs purchased, Royal Enfields purchased, probably because or helped along the way by people watching my video
yeah, yeah.
and then going to the dealer I borrowed it from.
I'll make sure you get a discount from them then.
Wow, uh, it's just yeah, I do get free coffee, but then everyone else does as well, don't they?
Yeah, well, that's true, yeah. What would you do differently if you were to start again?
um, I'd probably edit a little bit tighter, so cut more out.
Yep,
having said that, on the trips and tours, maybe it'd make it more watchable for other people, but I quite like watching the longer lengths.
Yeah.
So for
Yep.
myself, but now I do tend to trim a bit more, and probably I should still trim even more.
Yeah. Yep.
What else would I do differently? I'd probably mount the cameras better on the helmet, where I used
Yeah.
to have it. Originally, I had it right on the top of the helmet.
Right.
So I looked like some sort of strange Dalek going along with a camera on the top. Wasn't the best place for it. But it was one of those clip lids. You couldn't really put it on the chin very well. If you
Yeah.
flipped it
Yep.
up, it got in the way.
Yeah.
So it needed to be on the top. So, but it's only a viewpoint. And like I said earlier, if you had the modern cameras
Yeah.
then you have now, with the stability, it would be so much more watchable.
Yeah. Definitely. Yep. What bike or bikes are you currently riding?
Too many. So I think I've got 6 bikes,
Oof.
which is I don't have. So I'm still pretty much working full time,
Yep.
and even though a lot of people I know I went to school with are retired, I seem to be having to keep grafting, sadly. But never mind. So I really have had time to really do a lot of riding on 3 of the bikes,
Yep.
um, and 3 get neglected for various reasons. And maybe I won't be selling them or moving them on.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
what are the bikes you've got then?
so the ones I ride the most are the probably in equal proportion. Harley Davidson
Yep.
Stage 4 Fat Bob,
Yep.
which is quite a beast. Probably does more miles than any other bike I've got.
Right.
Uh, lucky to be in the Harley owners group, where I've got a lot of friends. We do a lot of joint rides. I get to lead some of the rides, which is always fun. I tend not to video those for Fen Tour, so
Yeah.
people don't necessarily want to be on the video.
No.
Um, so just enjoy the time, go on the rallies with the guys. So we have various rallies, Harley owners group,
Yep.
and it's a great fun bike as well when the roads are dry. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
good when it's wet because it has mudguard about 2 inches long.
Right.
So you literally get covered in mud, and the bike goes brown top to bottom.
Right.
So if the roads are dry, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant fun.
Yep.
Probably the most fun bike to ride,
Yeah.
even though you don't go that fast on it.
Stage 4. That's the top kind of modifications, isn't it? It's 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
so
4. It's not the other way around, is it?
that's right. One, two,
Yeah.
three, four is the top one. So that's
Yeah.
almost a whole engine, except for the crankshaft.
Right. Okay.
So you've got bigger bore, you've got much bigger pistons, of course. You've got what they call CNC machined heads
Yep.
with bigger valves, bigger ports, or smoother entries, I should say. There's a much bigger chamber for air intake.
Yep.
You have a balanced, free-flowing exhaust that's got the right amount of back pressure, and it goes from around 85 horsepower to about 130.
Nice. Looking shift then.
About so it's a bit leery. There's no traction control on it, so one has to be careful.
Yeah. 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 I bet that you bet you do. Definitely.
Then
Um.
the other 2 I ride are the BMW R1300 GSA,
Yep.
which I've come back from a tour on. Very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
Mile crunching. Just it's like a magic carpet wafts you along. It's just brilliant. But you can have a lot of fun on it as well.
Yeah.
Even fully loaded. We were doing some of the Lincolnshire bends on the way up on dry roads last just last Friday,
Yep.
and it was a lot of fun. And even with panniers full, top box full, tank bag, full tank of fuel, it's still good. So it's a surprisingly nimble piece of kit.
Yeah. And a powerful engine as well, yeah.
Probably the bike that gives me the biggest buzz is the XR.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that is something that I've just got to be very careful. I don't go too fast on it because it's very easy to go speeds.
Oh, I bet you can, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Is that the 1000 XR or the 900, is it?
It's a M1000 XR, so it's
That's right.
201
I, rem-
horsepower.
I remember seeing it, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
too much
it's
for me, that.
too much for me. It's never been anywhere near the red line.
No, definitely wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
Brilliant, okay. What camera and mic setup are you using when you're vlogging?
So I was for many years using only GoPro
Yeah.
because the quality of the output has been fantastic, but certain things have improved with other brands that made me invest in some of their kit more recently. So I've now got one of these. Um, Not because I don't think, I would say that the GoPro still is marginally better with the actual video footage,
Yep.
but hardly anything in it. This is very good. But what this has is a lot of advantages that I like. It's smaller,
Yep.
has this brilliant, which the GoPro doesn't have. So it's smaller, it has this magnetic sort of, can't get it
Yeah.
off now.
Yep.
So I can have that on my helmet and then put it on this selfie stick and
Yeah.
off we go. You can get to the battery even if you've got the microphone adapter on. The
Yeah.
microphone adapter's a bit not that brilliant,
Yeah.
but it works
Yeah.
because I like to record not just my voice, but I've got a Cardo Pack Talk,
Okay.
so I can record whoever I'm with in the group,
Yeah.
their audio as well. So hence you need that sort of connection. However, when I get off the bike, then I tend to use these
Yeah.
bike minis.
Yep.
So you can have one of those. One of your friends can have one. As soon as you open it up, they immediately connect, and it just works.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. It makes editing easier because you can just use the one camera for your helmet stuff
Yeah.
and for walking about and just pointing at your face or whatever when you get off the bike.
Yeah. I think
So
most of us have went to DJI now because the wireless mic is a game changer. It really is.
mm,
Um,
yeah,
you don't
and
have to
then
have this big media mod attached to your
no,
GoPro or anything like that. So
that's it. Well, I mean, I still have that, so
yeah.
I still have it hardwired to the helmet.
Right. Okay.
Um, However, what you could do, you can't do it with the mini ones, but what you could do with the slightly bigger one
Yeah.
is that has got a mic input, so
Yep.
you could run your audio and the Cardo audio into it directly
Yeah. Yep.
if you mounted that somewhere. But that's
Yeah.
bulky. The mini ones are really small.
Yeah.
Um, but what I have recently started playing with is this
Yep. Got one of them. Yep.
360 X5. Now
Yep.
what that does is it connects to this really well.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right. I could do that
absolutely
with mine
brilliant.
then. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it connects to the mic too, just like that. Perfect.
All right. I'll need to try that.
But it also, which I haven't done yet, there's a YouTube video out there. I watched someone show, but you can connect this to your Pack Talk if you've got a Cardo,
All right.
and then you can record not just your voice but your friends as well
Ah.
directly onto this. So I haven't done that yet, but I've stuck it on the handlebars and popped this in the helmet,
Yeah.
just in a snooze with the magnet, and then with that on the helmet. So I've got the forward-facing camera, this on the handlebars, so you can do the 360 stuff.
Yep.
And I find that okay, it's still a bit of a faff editing, but then it's got this AI composition thing on in Insta360 now, which
Yep.
actually does a reasonable job. So you think, oh, that'll do.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't think that will do, but it saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
I know what you mean.
you can spend so many more hours than you waste your life editing. Really can.
Yeah, definitely. That question's coming up soon. What resolution and frame rate are you using?
Well, for years I've done everything over 4K,
Yep.
well, these only go to 4. That only does 4K.
Yeah.
But the GoPros were 2.7K, so this is why I quite like the GoPro for the actual the video itself, the camera work itself, because of you can zoom in a little bit
Yeah.
and still have 4K resolution.
Yeah.
With the Action 5, it's not quite the same resolution, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It's just more convenient.
Yeah.
Makes life easier. So hence, I haven't used the GoPro since
Yeah.
getting it.
No, me neither. I've got rid of all my GoPros now.
But I mean, I don't see any reason. I can't remember the last time I shot 1080p. It must be over 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I've done 4K for at least 5 years.
Yeah. And what frame rate are you using? Is it 60 or
I think it's 50 on the Action 5,
50? Right. Okay.
but it was 60 on the GoPro. I can't remember why I've chosen. It just recommended 50, so I left it whatever it recommended.
Yeah. It's because you're in Europe, but I think so. We're still using PAL and NTSC and things like that, but that doesn't matter anymore.
No.
Nah. Okay. Do you film in full auto or do you use manual settings?
Pretty much both. Well, the GoPros and this, I have it in the whatever it is, the Pro setting.
Yep.
But it's mostly to adjust the audio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I found it was a bit too loud.
Yeah.
As standard, so I had to turn it down quite a bit. And but in terms of I have it on auto. Everything else.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
I have it on a very high bit rate.
Yep.
So it does take up a lot of memory, but
Yeah.
at least that way you're getting the best quality you can for what you are filming.
Yeah. Yep. What's the most memorable ride you've ever been on?
Ooh, good question. Done so many that I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
I would guess if it's on my own, yeah, probably going around solely on my own around the top of Scotland.
Right. Okay.
Nice to not. Yeah, I'd mostly ride with others, so. But that was really quite nice.
Yeah.
On your own, deciding each day what you're doing, stop where you want.
Yeah.
Not having to, not that I have a problem with my friends because we all always agree where we're going to stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was a really good memory. Get your brain, your cobwebs being blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And I guess it's because it was my first. That was back in 2017, so one of my early videos as well.
Right.
That sort of first, explore of Scotland, leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning from here.
Yeah.
It was great.
Good. Bucket list destinations you'd love to ride and vlog. If it was anywhere in the world.
I need to go back to the US, so I guess having said that Scotland was most memorable, second most memorable has to be like for 30 years I've been going to the USA for work.
Yep.
To do occasional exhibition or visit customers.
Yep.
For companies. And what I have always done is, as soon as the last appointment's finished or the exhibition's closed, I'm on an airplane back home. I've never ever stayed. All the years I've been going, I've never stayed. I've always.
Yeah.
So I went in March this year, and we were finishing work on Friday lunchtime. So I stuck my neck out and I booked a flight home for Monday. Hired a Harley Davidson and then rode into the desert Friday afternoon.
Nice.
Came back Sunday afternoon. That was absolutely brilliant. 550 miles in a day and a half.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yep.
And people were so friendly. I made quite a few friends, would you believe, but just meeting up with other bikers.
Yeah.
And biker community spirit out there is another level, I think.
Yeah.
So that's my bucket list, is to go and do a proper American
Yeah.
tour, for at least a week.
You doing east to west or something like that? Would you prefer that, or west to east and home?
I think I'll just make something up.
Yeah.
Probably start in California, head into the desert, just head out to some of the remote towns, do a little bit of Route 66 maybe, just to say
Yeah.
you've been there.
Yeah.
And plan something with a few biker haunts,
Yeah. Yeah.
interesting scenery. Some of it would be a bit cliche, like Monument Valley and places like that.
But you've got to do it if you're there.
There's a YouTube channel called Two Lane Life that I watch sometimes,
Right.
and they do a lot of rides in the US. They're a professional outfit, pretty much. They've even got a guy with a camera running
Right.
separately to them, filming them. And their video quality is way ahead of anything I could ever achieve. But then they're doing it professionally.
Yeah.
But they do go to some great places, and it's inspirational for me anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that will be the bucket list, is to do that when I can spare a week, away. That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Do you prefer riding solo or with a group, and how does that impact your content?
Yeah, I prefer group riding with my friends, and it does impact the content because I make a lot less.
Yeah.
Than because a lot of the time I'm not filming at all.
Yeah.
Or if I am, they're taking the piss and they're pissing about to deliberately bugger up the video, so it ends up being a bit useless. So, yeah, in terms of riding, it's nearly always with friends.
With friends, yep.
And I've got a lot of content to catch up on anyway that I need to edit. So
Right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. How long does it typically take you to produce one vlog when editing?
6 to 7 hours, I would think, on average.
Yep.
Quite a long time.
I don't think people realise how long it actually takes to edit a video.
No, it does take. And because sometimes I film quite a few hours of footage,
Yeah.
it takes a long time to cut it out.
Yeah. And I feel there's always bits that I would like to keep in, but I think, no, people will be bored watching that bit, so you end up cutting it out, Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I leave it in because I want to watch it when I'm, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
When I'm decrepit and I can't ride a bike anymore. But yeah.
Yeah, so about 6 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
What editing software do you use, and what's your editing process like?
So I use an Apple Mac laptop. I use Final Cut Pro, and it seems to, I've just got the hang of it, really.
Yeah.
Works pretty well. It can take a lot of memory up, so I tend to edit from a solid state drive.
Yep.
2 terabyte solid state drive, because as it does whatever it's doing, it can make, for some reason, a 600 gigabyte mess on the file. So you fill your computer. So I tried to do it on separate drives. Right. And each project I keep separate, so that when I finished it, I can delete it.
Yeah. Yep.
But Final Cut Pro, for me, works really. It's very easy to use. You can do multiple screens.
Yep.
And if you have got audio from 2 cameras, it synchronizes it.
All right. Okay. Good. That's good.
So that makes that sort of editing a bit more straightforward.
Yeah. And how's your process? Do you put everything on your timeline, cut it all, then deal with color or sound or anything like that? Or
yeah, if it's a fairly straightforward one camera shoot,
Yep.
everything's in sequence. I'll just dump it all on the timeline and get chopping.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tend to, I will go through and add noise cancelling
Yeah.
in most of it. To one of the things I've always struggled with, and it seems to be better, to be honest, with this than the GoPro. Better noise cancellation from the
Right.
camera itself, or the mic. The Mic Minis cancel noise well.
Right. Okay.
Um, so I do, it, with that plus the noise voice isolation um, button in Final Cut Pro, it
Okay.
can make it much more bearable,
Yeah.
especially when you're got wind noise coming into the helmet or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that still frustrates me. Sometimes my audio isn't as good as it could be from the helmet camera,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that is difficult to avoid it sometimes.
Yeah. And what about colouring of the video? Do you leave it as it is, or do you saturate it more or anything like that? Or...
I generally leave it as it is.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
So, if it looks awful, I'll do something. But generally, I think if you're recording at the sort of the high bit rate with these,
Yeah.
the pictures come out, the images come out quite well.
Yeah. Aye. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks okay.
I tried using LUTs and things like that, but it was just getting worse. The more time I spent on it, the worse it was. So I just put it back to
Yeah,
normal.
yeah. I tried the whatever it is, and then putting a LUT on it, and then I thought, why didn't I just bother? Why did I bother?
I know. I was the same, exact same.
Yeah.
Do you ever get burnout from filming everything? How do you manage that?
Not burnout from filming. I have a backlog of editing, but
Yep.
some things just never get edited.
Yep.
I film a lot of things I never put on because I think, well, that it's not really worked out very well.
Yeah. Yep.
And I tend not to want to edit this time of year because it's a nice evening.
Yeah.
Okay, it's great chatting to you. I've done 250 miles on the bike today, so I'm quite happy to sit still.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I bet.
but normally this time of year, I'm out and about, either motorbike, walking in the garden,
Yeah.
cycling. I'm not, I'm not staying in to edit things. So editing does get a bit behind.
Yeah.
Unless it's terrible weather, then I can sit and edit to my
Yeah.
heart's content.
Good. Good. How do you connect with your audience outside YouTube? Do you have social media, Instagram, and things like that? Well, I know you do, but do other people know
Yeah.
that? Um,
I tend not to do a very good job of it.
right.
Um, I'm pretty poor at remembering to use or to do anything on either of those.
Yeah.
I probably should do a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably a bad vlogger, YouTuber in terms of connecting with their audience.
Yeah.
Um, and I probably should try and work a bit harder at it.
Yeah.
But there we are.
It's like
I think,
Instagram. You've got to remember to keep taking photographs to put on Instagram. I don't. I forget.
yeah, I forget. Yeah.
Yeah. And you get home,
Yeah.
you think I should have took some more photographs there, but
Well, it's a bit like when you do make a video of a day out or something. And I forgot to take a picture for the thumbnail.
yeah.
So I then go through the video timeline, hoping there's going to be a suitable frame I can use for the
Yeah.
thumbnail. Normally there is, but
And just take a screenshot.
yeah,
I've done that a few times.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the most surprising comment or direct message you've received, good or bad?
I think I had a woman actually quite wanted to meet up,
All right.
and then yeah, because she said some interesting comments.
All right.
This
Okay.
was about 4 years ago, but then I put out a video of my girlfriend on the back and never heard another message from her. Obviously, I'm taken. So
Brilliant.
yeah. I think if I've got a bad comment or someone I just ignore it.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the next
Yeah.
questions coming up, so don't say it just now.
Okay. All right.
How do you deal with trolls or negative feedback?
Yeah, I think just don't feed them
Yeah.
unless there's negative feedback. If people are actually saying that as they do, that GSA is as ugly as you know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's fair comment really. It's not being a troll.
Yeah.
Some people find it ugly, and
That's a matter of taste, isn't it?
matter of taste. Yeah, exactly. But if people are just rude about you can't ride or you're stupid or
Yeah.
it's like go have one where at point so and so you nearly crashed into something and don't remember crashing into anything in my video. I'm nearly crashing a van coming around the corner and actually myself and my friend David we watched it back. We were both together and we were thinking no we're nowhere near it. It just
Yeah.
what on earth? So it's strange things. So you just have to ignore them really.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Tips for someone who wants to start motovlogging.
Um, I think why my first question is why? Why are you doing it? Are you hoping to become famous and rich? If that's the case, don't bother.
It's the wrong subject.
Yeah, you may be. I mean, some people do become
Yeah.
famous and rich, um, but honestly, unless you've got some amazing personality and the drive
Yeah.
in, so I think do it for yourself. Make videos that you want to make.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like I like photography, so one of my other hobbies, with a
Yeah. Yeah.
still camera.
Yep.
Um, and people have often asked, "Can you do this for me, or can you do this wedding?" And I just said, "We'll pay you." I said, "Well, no, I'm not going to be paid to do a wedding.
Aye.
I'll come to your wedding, I'll take some snaps, but I'm not being paid for it
Yeah.
because I'll be. It ruins my hobby. I want to take pictures I want to take and enjoy what I want to do."
Yeah.
And same with the YouTube. I think I want to do what I enjoy. I do. It's nice if I can get a good audience following,
Yep.
get good hit rate. Yeah, that's great. Um, and to do better videos that people will enjoy more.
Yeah.
But it's really what I enjoy making that has to come first. So I would say that's to other people. Make it for yourself.
Yeah.
Um, and if you can, other people, like-minded people, like what you do. I guess the key thing to be successful is to have a reasonable focus
Yeah.
on a subject. But you have to be careful because I've seen motovloggers do quite well because all of the time they're talking about one bike
Yeah.
and then they change their bike to something else and suddenly all the audience goes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So if you can make it a bit more variety from day one, um, but maybe that's not the best advice, but it is a bit like being typecast. I think
Yeah.
they call it in TV,
That's right. Yeah. Mm.
film circles, isn't it? You get
Yeah.
typecast for having a monkey bike or whatever, or a GS or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Have you got any collabs or projects you're excited about in the future?
I don't have any planned at the moment. I probably, again, it's just really getting in contact with people and working out times and things.
Yeah.
Done a couple of things this year with a guy called Wiltshire Man.
Right. Yep. I know the man. Yep. Know the video.
Uh,
After
you
YouTube.
know, I watch nearly all his YouTube videos. It just
Yep.
makes my heartbeat slow down because it's so chilled out.
Yeah.
It's not all motorbikes. In fact, I'm quite envious because he does camping, he does cycling, he does
Right.
motorbikes,
So he
he
does.
does
Yep.
garden. And I watch all of them.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy to meet in person. And we've done a couple of different things together. And they were really enjoyable days, not just the video that came out, but
Yeah.
you know, it was good stuff. So
Yeah.
I've done some other videos with other people in the past, but not for some time. So It's something where they advise you to do more of them, don't they? In terms of YouTube, probably sensible to do that from time to time. I remember doing one with Bruce Teapot One about 4 or 5 years ago, and it, when I did that with him, it boosted my followers by about 150 new subscribers because a lot of Bruce's followers then watched my video and thought, oh, he's not too bad, we'll subscribe as well. About 150 did anyway.
Yeah.
So it does help. It really does.
When I had Bruce on Motovloggers Unplugged, that made a big difference to my subscriber count once that went out.
Brilliant.
So
that's cool. Well, mine, you'll get 2 more from me probably.
Better than none. That's all right. Two. What's next for your channel? More of the same, or do you plan to change anything else? Or?
I think I need to think about. I need to plan a bit more rather than not plan anything, which is generally what I've done. Just think, oh, I've got the camera, I'll film something. I do need to. I did put a plan in place and I've made one planned video this year on my own. The audio wasn't brilliant, which is a shame. When I went riding around Lincolnshire, it wasn't as good as my plan was, but it worked out okay. But I do need to plan some solo trips.
Yeah.
Where I've actually got something in mind, a goal. Probably keep them a bit shorter in terms of how much I actually record, and it makes it quicker to edit then, of course. I've got an hour of footage instead of 4 hours or 3 hours or something, and it's going to be a lot easier to chop it down.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Martyn, you have now answered all questions.
Cool.
That's them all done. And thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Welcome. Thank you for asking me.
Interesting talking to you. And all the best for the future. Cheers, mate. Thanks.
All the best.
Cheers.
Thanks.